So when we have a response, and it's usually going with a certain level of arousal. And arousal sometimes is also replaced by a term that is more neutral, which is alertness. So in order to function well, in order to think well, in order to move okay, we have to have a certain level of alertness, being awake, being aware of things. When we get triggered in a certain way that activates our regulatory system, maybe due to past trauma or intrusion, our arousal level can go really high or can go really low. So there are only two ways out of the optimal arousal level. Really low means shutting yourself down and making yourself small and really numb yourself. Because maybe in the past, when the stranger came into the house and was physically abusing the mother, that was the best way to respond, to shut herself down and to make herself invisible, small as possible. It can also go the other way. It can go into high arousal. It can go really overboard, like, oh my God, and it's a way of panic and terror, and not feeling safe often triggers these freeze and fight and flight responses that are actually really responses coming from deep inside the brain. They are animal responses, you know. Like when an animal gets startled, it can either play dead, or it can run away, or it can not do anything. So the arousal zone should be optimal for most of the time. Sometimes we go a little too low, or we go a little too high. But if we can regulate ourselves good enough, we can bring ourselves up or down and still stay in the optimal zone of arousal. So that's what has been called the modulation model, or the window of tolerance, by Ogden and Minton in 2000. And the model really has been developed for children who have been traumatized, who have been neglected and abused. But I find it very helpful for anybody, because we all can relate to moments when we felt all the way out there, like, oh my God, what did just happen? Or all the way low, oh, it's like there's nothing I can do about it, I'm really feeling low. And, you know, kind of in a numbing stage, not really able to do anything. So this regulates